night at Shea Stadium clinched the 9th consecutive division championship for the Atlanta Braves. So as the Braves danced, the Mets were blue, watching their rivals celebrate on their home turf. The emotion won't be the same as last year, but with the win tonight, the Mets can clinch a postseason appearance for the 2nd straight year. Compared to last year, it will be a more subdued celebration if the Mets come up with a win tonight, but if they are victorious, they will clinch a playoff spot and go to the postseason for the 2nd straight year. Tonight at Shea Stadium, it's the Mets and Atlanta Braves in the middle game of this 3-game series on your home for Mets baseball, Fox Sports Net.
Perez at third, Alfonso at second, Ventura at first. Fastball away. Now the carousel will be in motion. Full count, bases loaded, 2 out, everybody will be going.
Now he has to take a better shot at home plate. He can't be trying to hit the corner.
They're standing at Shea for the payoff pitch to Zeal. Outside ball 4, tie ball game. Millwood's 3rd walk of the inning forces in Perez. 1-1 the score.
And Leo Mazzoni coming out of the Atlanta Braves dugout. Perez scores, ball tied at 1. So the Braves won the Eastern Division last night against the Mets. It would be almost as rewarding for the Mets to secure the wild card by beating the Braves. And certainly, I've got to believe that the Braves would like to see somebody else with that wild card, somebody other than the Mets. Speaking of Jackie Robinson, Roger Kahn was at the park tonight. And there's a hard hit ball right field. Base hit. So Hamilton, base hit off Millwood. Perez scores the go-ahead run. So the injury to Bell hurt Bell, hurt the Mets, and hurt Millwood.
Players talk all the time, regardless of which sport, about picking each other up. Darrell Hamilton just picked up not only Derek Bell, but also Rick Reed. But certainly Bell, who made that spectacular catch. With the Braves batting in the top of the 5th inning, and now Hamilton lines one that falls just in front of Sanders, who got a good jump on that ball.
Ricardo Alfonso, the battery drives it deep to left field. Gone! Home run, Ricardo Alfonso, and the Mets have taken a 4-1 lead. How about that?
Before his prior at bat, he's just been an extra base hit machine now for pretty much the last month. Alfonso's 25th home run, 2 behind his career high of last year. But Alfonso has given the Mets some breathing room as they take a 4-1 lead.
Boy, is this joint jumping. Shea Stadium. Piazza takes a strike.
And no question about this as Millwood left the fastball up. And Alfonso turned on it. You knew pretty well on contact, so that ball was gone.
0-1 pitch to Piazza. Hit off the end of the bat for Cal. Throws the ball hard to Galarraga. And that'll do it for the Mets. But here in the 5th, they pick up 3. And that guy does it again. Eduardo Alfonso, a 2-run blast. We played 5 here at Shea, and it's 4-1. Mets. And a 1-1 pitch. Base hit center field. Here comes Ventura. Jones can throw. 1 out, not in time. So Ventura with heads-up base running, tagging up going from first to second, then score on a base hit off the path of Jay Payton.
Little things like that are what teammates appreciate because Robin Ventura by no means is fast, but that tag-up allows him to score here. Now, as Jones picks this ball up, Ventura's just rounding third. But the throw just a shade late, and Ventura slides across the plate with a fifth Met run. So Robin Ventura, aggressive on the bases here, helping build a run that gives the Mets a 4-run lead, and probably takes Millwood out of the game as Bobby Cox on his way to the mound has now signaled to the pen. You don't expect Ventura to help much with his legs, but he certainly did in building this run in the 6th inning. It gets rid of Millwood. Scott Kamenicki will come on in.
And this call to the bullpen has been brought to you by AT&T. Get local and long distance together by calling 1-800-ATT-4-ALL. Field a couple weeks ago.
Ventura lines one to right center. Sanders after it, won't get it. Hamilton scores. Ventura on his way to second. And the Mets have tacked one on. It's 6-1 New York. 23rd double of the year for Robin Ventura.
Well, we talked about the Braves. Middle of the lineup. You got to shut them down to beat them. You got to shut down the Mets to beat them. And for the Mets to win in the playoffs, they've got to have Batman hot, Fonzie hot, Piazza hot, and Zeal hot. And here's Ventura putting a good swing in that ball, hitting the ball hard into the gap in right center field. And driving in a run. So it's 6-1. The Mets on top of the Braves. Has it ever happened before in baseball where one team celebrates on one night, the other team the next night? Both of them go to the playoffs.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2 to Lockhart. And the Mets are going back to the playoffs.
Congratulations to the 2000 New York Mets for clinching a playoff berth. This marks the first time in the club's history that the New York Mets have participated in postseason in consecutive years.
So for the 2nd straight year, the Mets get the wild card. And this time they get a few days to enjoy it before the 2nd season begins 1 week from tonight for the Mets in either San Francisco or St. Louis.
Well, the Mets get to the playoffs as a wild card. And as we mentioned, it all starts anew. Playoffs right around the corner. Mets will get ready for the playoffs along with the Braves, the Giants, and the Cardinals. The Mets will have to wait to see where they will be next week. But they win the wild card. They will celebrate, but they got more business. The business is the playoffs, and they know it.
But at least they can enjoy the final win of the regular season that has significance. A lot more than they did last year. I mean, technically, of course, the wild card playoff game with Cincinnati was a regular season game, but the 162-game schedule a year ago literally went down to the final pitch. Now the Mets can breathe easy and smile for a few days. Bobby Valentine will give his regulars judicious rest between now and the end of the game on Sunday. Make sure everybody's in as best shape as possible for the Division Series opener. So the Mets have defeated the Atlanta Braves 6-2. And they have nailed down the wild card. So the Los Angeles Dodgers, the only team with any remaining hope in the National League, will now play, for them, a meaningless game at home against the Giants tonight. For the Giants, still trying to hold off St. Louis.
And the Mets win their 90th ball game of the season. They're 90-68. Bobby Valentine leading the Mets to the playoffs once again. He did it last year, and he does it again this year. So the Mets going in as a wild card entry, and everybody knows in order to win the National League Championship, the roads lead through Atlanta. How about a celebration? We're talking about a celebration last night here at Shea by the Braves. Here we go. Celebration tonight by the Mets.
That boy, senor. That boy.
Boy.
Well, the Mets hope this is the first of four celebrations. Celebrate getting in, winning the division series, winning the LCS, and winning the World Series. Somebody's going to have four of these. Charlie's handed him out.
Charlie's hugging him and handing him out.
He hands out boarding passes on the road. He hands out champagne at home. That's the life. Well, Mike Piazza, who's found his stroke, seemingly, over the last 10 days or so. Now will probably get some time off right through Sunday's game. Play a game here, a game there, 5 or 6 innings here and there.
And take a look at that last out. Armando Benitez with that splitter. Larkard strikes out. The Mets win the wild card in the National League for the second straight year. Their 90th victory of the season. And Armando Benitez continues to dominate as a closer. Steve Phillips and Jim Duquette congratulating each other and the other guys in the executive suite here at Shea Stadium.
And that's about right in terms of the type of on-field celebration. I mean, players tend to let loose a little bit more in the clubhouse, but I think they've got this in perspective.
A subdued celebration.
Well, for one thing, it's been a foregone conclusion for a while that the Mets were going to get this wild card spot. And so to make it official certainly requires some stamp that you've actually done it.
And the animated Armando Benitez, and most of the season he has been very, very dominant. And Bobby Valentine brought him in this ball game with a 4-run lead, and the New York Mets have clinched the National League wild card.
6-2 the final tonight here at Shea. We'll be back with some of the post-game reaction in a moment.